All right, guys, welcome. Episode 20, last one of the year. It's been quite a bit of fun. It was a little thing we thought we'd give it a shot and see if people enjoyed. We've got plenty of listeners, plenty of viewers, so it seems like it's going pretty well.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun too. I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of hot hits and tips and tricks and stuff like that, and lots of brag photos of the year. Young Dean can't be with us today because he's off working, because he's always working, so we put this little fella in there, young Patrick, in. So
Patrick again.
yeah, so it's very good. We're looking forward to it. Cool. Weather's been a bit rubbish today, windy as, but it's been hot and looks like everything's starting to get up and going again, which is good. But plenty of saltwater reports, not a lot of freshwater reports this week, unfortunately. But that's all right. But yeah, I think that's pretty common this time of year with people jumping around and getting into the salt, making the most of the sun, and getting a feed. But we thought we'd start off the podcast with favourite fish of the year that you've caught. Young Patrick, what's yours so far this year?
Probably Silver Trevally. I caught Northwest Bay earlier this month.
Oh, that was that one you were like, said to me, I want to get a silver trevally down here. Can you take me up to St Helens? Or I'm going to try and catch one down here. And I said, yeah, well, I'll take you up to St Helens. We'll go for fish. He said, no, I'll find one down here. I'll figure out how we go. So off you went, Northwest Bay. First trip catching, casting out of them, plastics. Had no idea what you're doing. Somehow I managed to get a silver trevally in Northwest Bay. Like, even I've not done that. Not catch them all the time. So well done. Yourself?
Look, I mean, like I've had an all right year. Like I've done a fair bit of stuff, but there's not too many that stand out dramatically. Like I've done a lot of cool trips, like the West Coast. I got to do that a couple of times this year around Tulla. A lot around the East Coast. Like I got me biggest flatter this year around 65 centimeters, like right in the shallows at St Helens. But probably the fish that stands out for me, just because I did a lot of trout fishing younger on, was I managed to get one of those brookies that they put in Lake Plimsoll, probably around the sort of 4 or 5 pound mark when everyone was absolutely hammering them. Like I've caught a brook trout before at Lake Plimsoll, but wasn't really too dramatic. Like it was tiny, but just to get one of those big ones, real nice brookie, just get a photo with it. Like that was definitely up there. Probably one of my favourite fish from the year because it's just something haven't done.
They're a cool looking fish.
Yeah. Like the males have got a bit of a questionable head, but
that's all right. So do you. So that's that's absolutely right. I got to say, probably mine was fishing up in Darwin a couple of months ago. Went up there with my old man and one of my good mates, Andrew Pender. Just went for a very casual, almost a holiday / fishing trip, but it was meant to be a fishing trip. Got the trout gear out there and managed to get myself an 85 centimetre barra. So that was pretty cool. I was pretty happy about that. So it's good guys fun on the trout gear. They always pull a bit of stick. So a lot of these guys up there running 60-pound leaders and all that stuff, like to go up there and fish 10-pound to see how you go. It's a bit of fun, especially when I was looking a couple of days before we went up there and I just grabbed a couple of trout lures off the wall. I thought, I reckon I'll hook up a barra. Took them up there. Jig. Here we go. Boom. 85 centimetre barra. Pretty cool. How about yourself, Hooch? I've sort of sprung that one on you. Have you got any ideas of your favourite fish of the year that you've caught or you've seen or you've been involved in?
Well, mine's a little bit different, and I've thought about it while you've been speaking, and I think it's a favourite activity with fishing that I used to enjoy and love, and I found a newfound love for it. And that's because I think I let my health get out of control and I was stupidly overweight. But I used to still dive and look for abalone and crayfish. And it's hard work at the best of times, but when you're carrying extra weight. So I'm actually really enjoying diving again. And it's a really good hunter-gatherer experience. It sort of speaks to the core of who I am as a kid and how I used to go about stuff. I used to love shooting rabbits with my air rifle and then eventually in 22 and cooking those. And then I gravitated to, centerfires and deer rifles, which I know isn't fishing, but it comes full circle round to chasing crayfish and putting them in your catch bag and actual catching a crayfish underwater is pretty tricky, and it's a skill that takes a little bit of time. I've been taught by father's mates when I was a kid and also my mates when I was growing up, and I've really got back to enjoying it, and now we're teaching others and our kids how to do it. So it's been pretty cool. So it's not so much the fish itself, it's the activity, planning the trip, learning the weather, because when you're diving, you've got to have really good weather. It's not iffy. Sometimes when you plan a tuna trip, doesn't matter if the weather goes a little bit pear-shaped because that can bring them on. But with diving, crucial that it's nice and tidy and it's calm and the swell's down. Yeah, it's been good fun. I've been loving it and getting a few crayfish and abalone, so that's good.
Oh, very good. Very good. All right. Well, let's get on to it. Final report for the year. Like I said, not a lot going on with the freshwater stuff. There's, I think, 1 or 2 reports in there. Couldn't really find much. I went scouring and asked all my mates. No, they're out there trying to catch these elusive kingfish, which definitely about, but certainly playing a lot trickier this year. Have you had a kingfish trip yet?
I went for I've had a couple of scouting trips, not really, expecting kingfish. More just since I've spent hardly any time on the Darwin, I've spent so much time looking at Google Maps and that point looks all right, but then actually before kingfish would even be here or stuff like that, a month or two ago, I'd go have a look around for the reefs and stuff like that, see if there's salmon sitting off them, see if it's got potential for there to be actual kingfish. So not really so far. I haven't really had that much luck, but it's just more me scouring around for spots because after it sort of hits January, that's where the water's going to be really warm and they're just going to be lurking in there everywhere. So nothing really too much, but a few after work casts.
Yeah, it seems like a few people are out there trying. I heard the occasional one being caught in the Channel in Northwest Bay, Kingston Beach. Probably some of the juniors you've been hanging around with. I've heard a few of those guys have got them off the rocks down at Kingston Beach. So they're obviously about. I wouldn't be half surprised if they're sort of just lurking up and down through Taroona and stuff, just doing their thing. But I guess time will tell until we still start seeing the reports and the pictures on Facebook. Who knows? All right, let's get into it. Reports, go for a minute. Now, I must admit, I forgot to print out tonight, so we're reading it off Dylan's phone.
Yep, quality. So we'll start off. We've got Harley Reeve here with a cracking silver trevally, 70 centimetres Trev on the northwest coast, weighing a little over 8 pounds, which that is, though.
That's a cracker.
That's ridiculous. Yeah.
He didn't look very happy in the photo, though, did he? I think he was just tired from the fight.
Probably. Yeah, no, it's trevally, silver trevally especially. I mean, they're mainly the main trevally we get in Tassie. Some of them are just ridiculously big. I saw a photo ages ago. I wouldn't have a way to get it, but I think it was 63 centimetre trevally to the fork. So that would have been
I remember we hooked a few up at big ones up around that sort of size in Georges Bay. I remember once I was fishing with Andrew Pender and we hooked this thing half an hour. It took us to land, and I remember it being in the 60s. It was off its head on 6 pound leader. Just drags everywhere. Took so long to catch it. My mates were on either side of the channel catching trevally, and I think they got into half a dozen before we actually landed this fish. They've got to be the best light tackle fish going around.
I mean, bream obviously you're right hard up on the flats, and sometimes you chase them off in channels and stuff like that, but they'll go up on the flats and then they'll go deep. It's just it's every single side of fishing. Absolutely.
Really good eating fish as well, really good sashimi.
Absolutely, do make good sashimi. Amazing smoked. We always smoke them up with this little soy and wasabi, a little dressing over it. Absolutely amazing. Love it.
I think.
All right, the legend of tail chase. You're up.
I think the quality of them are getting better and better, i.e. the size, and they're coming through more often. And I think it's just the nature of the currents and the water quality and those fish that we are, a lot of people are returning them. They are good eating. That's a very good comment, but a lot of people do return them. So when they return, they're bigger. So that's one bonus, I suppose, of putting them back in. I don't tag too many or release too many fish other than tuna, but good on those that do, because it's making the fishery that much stronger. And when they come back round each year, they seem to be bigger, better fish. So I look forward to catching a few more in the next couple of years. They'll be monsters.
Absolutely.
The best thing is too, when you're fishing for trevally, is you're usually fishing structure where there's going to be other fish as well. So you'll pick up brim in your channels and stuff like that. You've got trevally as well. Obviously, you'll get flathead. You'll get the odd whiting if you're fishing worm-style imitations, and then also snapper as well.
All right, a few technical difficulties there, and we're back. Sorry, someone was trying to call me about going out for dinner. I'll have to wait. So hopefully they don't try and call up again. So we get to, all right, so the guys at Tail Chasers Fishing Adventures got an epic bluefin, let's just say, bluefin everywhere, plenty of whales and dolphins, and lots of activity on the water, so good job. Those guys are making pretty good content online, so they're worth following. Tail Chasers Fishing Adventures, definitely worth getting on too. There. Your dad.
Now, I suppose, Dylan, head of technical services, you put Thomas's phone on airplane mode, so this doesn't happen again.
No, because I've got to connect to the internet to listen to you, by the way. So.
Oh yeah, good thing.
Yeah,
Cool.
Yeah. We got Shane Ling here. Awesome overnight trip with Justin Stevens, Guard Saxon, and Alice. Nice stripy trumpeter and a fair few crows in between. So gotta love that.
Well done, boys.
You can go with that one.
Go, Junior. Show us your stuff. Last one of the year. Big voice.
Okay. Andrew Pender with a cracking snapper from the south. I saw the photo. It was a good fish.
It was a good fish. Yeah, we were sitting there having a Christmas dinner the other day, and that photo come through. We were wondering why he wasn't there, but he's out fishing for snapper. So good on him.
I think you might be selling him short a little tiny bit. For a southern snapper, that was an absolute belter. That was a ripper.
Absolute stonker of fish. He did well. Absolutely. A man can fish.
It was a ripper.
Axel Brower with a cracking snapper from the south as well. The big guy's got himself a new boat, and he's using it well. So good job there. Technical difficulty. The technical difficulty has got me.
Words. Oh, now someone hooch piss off. We got Stephen Mace here. Some nice brim coming his way. He said he only managed 2 today. Sight casting in the flats using Daiwa double clutches. He saw dozens of brim, but very finicky.
Oh, man.
What was that? No. Don't know. I guess we'll never know.
I think it was the Derwents. Let's go with Derwent. Come on. You've got this.
That's you. That's you, man. That's you. That's all
You've got
you.
this. Let's do it.
Every day of the week.
John Wetler. Brim on the beach on the fly. How cool is that?
That is pretty cool. He's done a good job there. Cool. All right, check it over here. I'm going to do a couple so we get a bit of a roll going here. All right. Sam Stockley with an epic little brim. Nice work. The brim is going well at the moment. That's cool. I got a report in from MSK Fishing today. It's a little fishing report from the big man himself. Nice morning session on Dogshear Point today. The northern wall was quiet. It was a bit quiet, as was the weed beds at that point. So to potted around Cadbury's, which offered up a few smaller ones. So made sure to hold on to them real close to the camera to make them look nice and big. So the highlight was a nice 39 to the fork, caught on a jerkbait right off the golf course where the water meets the golf course there on Eco Gear MW62s. They said, good job. Young Arthur Whittock, he said, got one of his biggest brim that he's ever caught. 45 centimetre tip, about 43 to the fork. He said the rain has been making the water dirty and made them a little less spooky, so that's worked out really well.
Did I see that fish on a brag mat earlier on the week?
Possibly, I reckon he does like proving how big his fish is. He does a good job like that.
That was a really good fish. Well done. That was a cracker.
Virgin Helia Ellis, awesome feeder squid. So plenty of squid around, which is kind of cool. Jared Van Riet, awesome feeder calamari on the bright pink jigs. That's always good. All right, got there. Jack Wise and his mates went to Pedro and got that epic bluefin. Now, the picture he said to tell me he didn't necessarily catch that one, but they did catch others that day. He said just wanted to make sure the people were going to sit there and say, Answer, you didn't catch that fish. So good work. You're next.
Where are we?
Craig.
We got Craig Shipton here. Had a nice weekend away down the coast with Paul Digney, Tyson Digney. We got Mitchell and Charlie. We managed a feeder craze, stripies on top of that as well.
Paul Digney, rep of the year in Tasmania, 2 years running.
You're dreaming.
Oh, right.
You got rid of that big one? You'll do it. Do it. All right.
You do it.
That's right. All right. Fishing couple themselves, Naomi and Brody Corbett. They said we started off wide, spending 4 hours on the shelf with not a single sniff of our baits. Couldn't catch a fish off the bottom. Tuna jumping all around us. Boredom struck in, so came in better luck with some king flathead. Average fish was 50 centimetres. So awesome work there, guys. Those guys love their fishing, and good on them. I hope they have some great fishing trips over the Christmas, because no doubt they'll be giving us some reports. All right. Now, if you can do this name, I'll be very impressed.
If I can do this name. Oh, Greg Cowie.
Go on, you've got this.
Have a crack.
Put your voice out there. And back to me. Here we go. All right, cool. No worries at all. Lucky last report, Greg Kowalski with an awesome brown trout. Didn't get me that day, but the one he did got was awesome. So, yeah, I don't know if you guys saw the photos, but it was an absolute cracker. So, awesome work, Greg. And that is the final report for the year.
Well, hang
now,
on.
guys, we might be having a bit of a break, but we will still be giving prizes away until the end of the year. So, Don't forget get yourself a membership.
What if I've got- what if I've got-
www.snagged.com.au.
hang
Hang
on,
on,
whoa.
I'm doing a talk.
What about if I
We're
had a
giving away
report?
a pair of Stop talking. We're giving a pair
Oh.
away of tonics away every single week till the end of the year, and we'll be giving you guys all a call next week for winners so far. And at the end of the year, we're giving the other people a call. So good luck. Now, Hitch, what we say?
Right, just to summarise, we're giving away a pair of tonics every day.
Absolutely, and a pair of tonics every single week this month.
This month, which is still half the month to go.
Yeah, so we've still got a little bit more.
Nice.
So
work.
just because we finished the podcast doesn't mean we're going to stop giving away prizes.
Well, I got a bit wound up because I thought you said that was the last report, and I've got a couple.
Well, last reports for the year, but you go on. What do you got for this episode?
Well, but you might have mentioned it last week, but I don't think so. Did anyone mention Wade's tuna yet that he caught?
Don't think so.
So, yeah, Wade, he went out. I'm not sure who he went out with, but it was obviously down the southeast. Yes, I do. He went out with Danny Still, didn't he? And his son, maybe. Anyway, they caught a 150 kilo bluefin tuna. Now, that is a quality fish anywhere in the world, 150 kilo bluefin tuna. And it was a spectacular photo. It was him in the back of the boat. There's not a great deal of him, so he made the fish look pretty big. But something else made the fish look pretty big. The fish was pretty big. At 150 kilos, like you put an extra 50 kilos on a 100 kilo fish, it's amazing. They are fat. They don't really get exponentially much longer, but they certainly put on a lot of condition at that size. And the photo of him standing in the back of the boat with the hippolyte in the back, I think, is one for the pool room. That is a sensational fish, and congratulations to those guys. And the other one, I just wanted to come back down the other end of the scale and just congratulate all those what I'll call fishing groms that are catching squid off any little bit of structure they can and wharf and jetty in and around Tasmania. It warms my heart that I see all these people eking out a fishing existence and a bit of fun off the jetties. I see the banter on the fishing pages about the squid in and around the southeast and all the jetties. And you do have a luxury of a lot of jetties. Up here on the northwest coast, we don't have a great deal, but it's just good to see the young and the young at heart getting out and about, catching a few squid and having a ball. So that was just my little bits and pieces.
Absolutely, yeah. I love, and also I think I was loving, like, especially these tuna because it's such an amazing fish to take photos of. It's good to see people taking the time to take really nice photos like that one you were just talking about there. Like, they're such an epic looking fish in a photo, and to try and get them in nice background shots and stuff like that. That does justice to the fishery and does justice to the fish, you know.
Yeah, my word. If you're going to take the time, and that probably leads to the Hooch's hot hint for this week, and that is be prepared. I've mentioned it before, but be prepared with some ice. Be prepared for a cooler bag. If you're going out to chase bigger fish, take a big esky because it's no point leaving those fish. If you have a good day and your esky's only going to hold 2 blue-eye trevally and you catch 6 of them and 4 of them end up getting sun-dried and a bit yucky, they're too good a treasure to waste. So make sure if you go to sea with enough esky space and enough ice. And also things like you probably sell ikijimi kits. It's something that's a little...
Yeah, we do quite a few.
Yeah, and I mean, it's something a little bit new to the Tasmanian psyche about dispatching your fish in a certain way. You know, like the ikijimi kits, that's a Japanese method that's been around for centuries. It does work. It's humane in the modern world that we live in. It shuts the muscle and the nervous system down. It allows the flesh to relax and rigor mortis to come and go. A lot of people don't realise that the most tender flesh, whether it's fish or meat, rigor mortis comes and goes. And it's when that rigor mortis comes off the fish that the flesh is the best. So, yeah, be prepared. Buy yourself an ikijimi kit. Buy yourself some ice. Buy yourself a bigger esky. With Christmas coming up too, you can buy it yourself. Or you can, come into, I'm sure you've got all these bits and pieces that I've mentioned, Thomas. So, get in there and load up for Christmas. Be prepared.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Oh, I think that's about us for the week.
Yeah, that sounds up.
For the year, shall we say?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, pretty well much. After Hooch's hint, if you fish for squid off a jetty, you're a grommet. We're going to leave it on that note.
A fishing grom. That's actually not a derogatory term either.
You used to be a grommet.
I just want to say it so it sounded bad.
I'm sorry.
Did it?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
when I was a young kid, I was a surfing grommet and quite proud. And then I got my own car, and I was just a surfer. If you're getting mum or dad to drop you off at a jetty and you fish till dark, or you ride your push bike to any sort of wharf, and you come home and you get in trouble because you're covered in squid ink and it's dark, then you're a fishing grommet, and I salute you.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
All
So
right,
this is
guys. Merry Christmas.
2025.
Absolutely. Stay safe. Drive safe. Enjoy Christmas, and we'll see you next year.
There's.
That was it. That's good.
Nice work.
I'm thinking when you edit those together, if you can do like one of those screens that says